What's up, movie fans? Guys, so recently a brand new DC Extended Universe movie released, Black Adam, and I saw it the other day. So I am going to be reviewing Black Adam today. I'm going to be giving you everything I liked, everything I disliked, and then my final score, as always. I was actually pretty excited for Black Adam going into this movie. For one thing, this is a spin-off of Shazam. Shazam is one of my favorite, I think still in my top 3 DCEU movies. For another thing, this movie has a lot of really cool characters in it, like Hawkman and Dr. Fate, so I was excited to see them. And the final thing, you guys know I'm not really the biggest fan of the DCEU, especially recently. I think that in terms of having a plan for the future, they've just been all over the place. But it seems like they actually are trying to put a plan together. And from what people, especially The Rock, have been saying, it seemed like Black Adam was going to be like the biggest, most important movie in setting up that plan going forward. So I was excited for all of those things. So did Black Adam meet my expectations? I kind of have a complicated answer for that. Getting into the stuff that I liked about it. First off, a lot of the rumors and stuff that I've heard about the DCEU's plan going forward is that Black Adam is going to be the main villains of the DCEU going forward. One of the things that this movie did really well was convince me that that's possible. Black Adam is insanely powerful in this movie. He just massacres so many different people in this movie. I was not expecting how brutal he was with all of these different, soldiers that he just destroys in the movie. And so I think that this movie really did convince me that Black Adam probably could be a main villain of the DCU going forward. He could fight characters like on the Justice League. He could be this big bad. And so I think that this movie really did establish that side of him really well. I think that this movie, another thing, is just really fun. It has a lot of great action sequences. Like I said, there's a lot of brutal parts where Black Adam just massacres people. I thought that those sections were really cool. His fights with the Justice Society were epic. I really liked the way that they utilized the Justice Society's powers and had them, clashing with Black Adam's powers. I thought that was really cool. I think there's a lot of funny elements of this movie because at the beginning of the movie, Black Adam's been asleep for 5,000 years. So you kind of have a lot of fish out of water comedy where he's trying to adjust to the modern day world. Atom Smasher was a really funny character. Him in particular had a lot of the best jokes in the whole movie. I also thought that there were a few other side comic relief characters who I thought were fun. And then the last thing that I really liked about Black Adam was the Justice Society. I thought that they actually delivered on them pretty well. Specifically, the two that I was most excited for, Hawkman and Dr. Fate, two of the coolest DC characters, and I think that they were done really well here. I liked Hawkman and his kind of rivalry that he had with Black Adam throughout the movie that eventually transitioned into this uneasy alliance. And I thought Dr. Fate was probably my favorite character in the whole movie. I just really liked how he was characterized as this older, wiser hero. I thought that his power set was really well done. And I just thought that he got a lot of really great moments towards the end of this movie that just really made me like this character. So with all that being said, getting into the things that I disliked about Black Adam, and I'm not even gonna delay it, I did not like Black Adam. I think that Black Adam is a bad movie. It's not a terrible movie, but I do think that it is bad. I was very disappointed with several elements of this movie. It was very entertaining, as I said. It had a lot of fun elements to it, but it was also kind of a mess. It was an entertaining mess. This movie's story is just so messy. The movie's very fast-paced. It's insanely fast-paced. They just rush right into so many things. It just has this super insanely fast-moving plot. And I thought that made it entertaining. It also made it very confusing and underdeveloped. There are so many ideas, characters, motivations, sequences, and plot points in this movie that are just completely rushed by. There was one MacGuffin in this movie that is incredibly important to the plot, and I just straight up forgot that it existed towards the end of the second act of the movie. And towards the end of the second act, I actually thought that the movie was about to end. Like, it seemed like the movie came to its natural conclusion and the whole thing was over. And then the movie went like, nope, you forgot about this MacGuffin, so actually this MacGuffin is way more important than you thought, and the movie's gonna go on for another 20 to 30 minutes. As a result, going into the final battle of this movie, I was just like, I don't care. I really don't care. And then the other thing that was incredibly rushed and underdeveloped in this movie are its main hero and its main villain. Black Adam, I just did not get what they were going for with this character. He goes through no character arc throughout the movie. He goes from being this psychopath who kills people without a second thought to going to this psychopath who kills people with a few moments of hesitation. I guess that was his big arc in the movie. Like, I just think it's so dumb. I don't feel like he learned anything in the movie. I don't feel like this journey was meaningful at all. And his motivations in this movie also aren't even revealed until the ending of the second act of this movie. They're played off as a twist. So as a result, for the first two acts of this movie, I don't know what Black Adam wants. I don't know what his goal is. I don't know why he is the way that he is, because they never tell you until 2 acts into the movie. And then the villain is easily the worst element of this movie. Sabak is such an underdeveloped, dumb villain. I don't get his motivations. He has no personality. Like, his plan is so stupid, and I don't get why anybody would want it. It's just, everything about his character was so stupid and poorly thought out, and I kid you not when I say that he is the worst villain in the entire DCEU. He is worse than the theatrical cut of Justice League's version of Steppenwolf. He's worse than Enchantress. He's worse than the Mickey Mouse noise-making Lex Luthor. He is the worst villain in all of the DCEU. I did not like Sabak. So overall, Black Adam, I think that it was mildly fun movie. I think that it is going to be incredibly important to the DCEU going forward, and I'm happy with some of the things they established in this movie, but I did not like what they did with this movie's story or its characters. I just thought that there was so much that was so underdeveloped and so rushed. So I'm gonna have to give this movie a low 5 out of 10. So yeah, those were my thoughts on Black Adam. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below, what did you think of Black Adam? And see ya, movie fans.